Okay, so welcome to my second installment of my poetry vlog. This next poem is called 21st Century Woman. It is actually inspired by a few consecutive exes, so please don't think this applies to everybody. It's just my experiences of that time. They were quite controlling, and the fact that apparently they would buy my clothes and tell me that's what I had to wear. I wasn't allowed to wear what I already had. And to a point they put it in a bin. I wasn't allowed to have male or female friends. Obviously couldn't go out. One of them actually tried stopping me from seeing my family entirely, and that's just not right. They were mentally abusive, but we're not going into all of that part. And basically it was a very unhealthy relationship. So I do find, however, if it was the opposite way around and I was doing it to them, I would be vilified and a social outcast. And but obviously because it's happening to a guy, that's acceptable. Rubbish. Okay, so please don't think this poem is aimed at all ladies. It was just my experiences consecutively. I really hope we've moved past that stage now. Anyway, 21st century woman. The modern lady is too high maintenance. Do this and I want that. I'm running out of patience. Looking for Mr. Right, but treat them with contempt. You don't want to pay for things, you want to be kept. But yet, I'm independent and I don't need you or any man. Now that isn't true, and if it were, stop complaining about who I am. You ain't all that and you ain't all this. Something insignificant happens and yet you still work yourself into a tiz. I'm a feminist and I'm strong and I'm too good for you. And after plenty of mental abuse, I too start thinking that's true. The trousers you currently wear are through demeaning, unrelenting words. But I shouldn't endure this. There has to be nice and more respectful words. You made me feel inferior about things that I actually do excel. And I care, I love, respect, and I listen. And yet you still put me through hell. And you expect me to pander to your every whim, but yet you don't show me any compliments, even when I started to slim. And you don't show the support that I required in times of need. It was all about you. It was all about me. But I've actually seen what's really behind that personality cloak, and I'm starting to hate you. Emotionless, even if you were to croak. The life of the single and the life of the taken. There's not much difference to the servitude, and I'm not mistaken. I'm treated with coldness, blankness, and absence. And if you could, you'd keep me in a cage with a barbed fence. I need to find the strength and the motivation and the courage to leave, but I've not left yet because of the soul-crushing words you've weaved. And I think I just need some space to get strong, some time for me. But first I need to step away from that ice, and I need to flee. But you know what's best and you know what's truly right. You blame the things that make me strong to cause the fight. You try and emasculate me to make me feel inferior. But that isn't love or care you show. And it sure as hell don't make you superior. I believe men and women of all walks of life are equal. But women are like the film series. The same sequel after sequel. They wanted to be worshipped and put up on a plinth, looking down on me like I'm a joking jester and placed in a labyrinth. You want all the attention to yourself, and there's no room for others, and then dislike all the ladies in my life, even my mother. You shouldn't be friends with them, and you shouldn't be friends with her. They only lie to you, they want to split us up, and they cause a stir. I found your weakness and the thing that lets you down, but I think that if I exploited your feelings like you do mine, you too would frown. But I don't, as I like to show the respect you don't like to display, and I'd rather show care and affection than cause despondent dismay. Perhaps that's what makes me weak and subjected to your will, but that doesn't give you the right to manipulate me still. This is the 21st century, but you live in the 12th with Walt Disney. All your fantasies are just that. Please wake up and see. I wanted to just have fun, enjoy, and revel in your company. Not always do it your way, perhaps once go somewhere I wanted to for tea. I like to go out and embrace the life with someone like-minded, but all your suffocation and demands that must be met make you blinded. This can't continue the way you want, as I can't take it anymore. And this, as difficult as the situation is, it's tiresome and sometimes a bore. I need to find the strength, and I need to gain some self-power, and I need to be free and escape this restrictive love tower. And I need to explore the life that holds happiness as its utmost paramount, and that doesn't make Everest out of the smallest mole mount. I need to fly to the skies, and I need to stretch my legs. My soul, my very being desires it, and on its knees it begs. I won't be free as a bird, as birds sit still far too long. I'd rather be a long-distance fish that doesn't worry about what's wrong. Just does its own thing, swimming around the earth, living not to serve in solitude and sadness, but in merriment and mirth. I miss the days when I used to smile, with where I was in life, not the days when I was worried about relationships or a wife. One day I'll grab that back and grasp it with both my hands, and one day I'll live how I want and operate my own plans. But right now I'm seasoned to be bitter and fear those wants and needs, and those little doubts and insecurities that you planted as seeds. I will ensure this turmoil that you dish out like pollution from factories, because I want to find the easy life, and I'm always looking to please. So from that pedestal, please take some time to look. I try, I care, but I'm tired. Please let this fish off its hook. Don't deprive it of its love of life to swim and dance so freely. Please stop being these demanding queens. Hear this plea. Show compassion, show some remorse, and how to be humble. I'm after equal genuine love and affection, not a 5-minute fumble. But the more you make these irrational, unjust demands of yours, the more you will ignore the good and focus only on the flaws. But I deserve better than the treatment than that of a war criminal. I must be stern about this because you're not getting subliminal. I need the love and care that I show you each and every day. If you continue to ignore my needs, I'll have to scar myself ripping out this fish hook, and I'll be on my own very merry way.